channel, and welcome to 2020. Welcome to a new year, a new decade. Here we are, the 1st of January. So I decided I would start off with my New Year's resolutions. Don't normally do New Year resolutions, but I feel this year I need to do them. I've got a list here, right here, so we'll go through them. So New Year resolutions are almost like goals for the year, things that you kind of set aside to achieve for yourself. So these are my goals for this year. So grab your glass, and obviously giving up alcohol is not one of them this year. Cheers. And let's get started. Number one, exercising at an enjoyable pace. So I need to elaborate on something that I said in my past videos about giving up the gym. When I said I was giving up the gym, I never ever intended to give up exercise. Exercise is something I have always done, but it got to a point where it felt more like a job, because I was booking a class, I had to be there at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or whatever time that class was on, and it wasn't about me anymore. It was about having to be there at a certain time, and it got crazy. It got like, why am I doing this? You know, cancelling classes got difficult. All the rules and regulations changed, and it started feeling less and less enjoyable. I enjoyed the classes. I loved meeting up with the girls there, some of them, and you know, it was a place that I always enjoyed going, but it really got tiresome. It felt, you know, when you get up for that job that you thought, why am I doing this? That's how it got. So I decided, time for a change. So a lot of people said to me, you're going to go to another gym, this, that. At this moment in time, no. What I'm aiming to do is exercise at home. So my first aim is I want to make sure I close these rings. So at the moment it is 9 minutes past 6. I have closed my exercise ring because I went for a long walk with Lily and Rico, so we did just under 5 kilometers. So I've closed that ring. My calories, I've got mine set at high, so I need to kind of use up 720 active calories. So that's above what you're using, but your body needs anyway. So that's how I have mine set, and that's how I've always had it set. So I tend to keep to that. At the moment I am 435, so I've got a few more jumping jacks to do basically, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm looking at my watch, so I'm going to kind of start doing jumping jacks throughout the night now, running my up and down, but I'm doing it in my own time, you know. I'm not having to travel there and get there for a certain time, and if I'm late and all that. So I'm kind of working around it in my own time. So that's basically how I plan to do my exercise. I will do it on days that I can be bothered. I would do YouTube videos, you know, watching YouTube videos and exercising. There's one particular girl that I really like. I can't remember her name offhand. I am subscribed to her, but I really love it. She does kind of 35-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, you know, there's a big variety on her channel. If I remember, I'll put her name here, is what I'm going to do. My first goal of this year is to exercise at a more leisurely pace. Not doing less, but at a more leisurely pace. So that's number one. Number two is reading. Now, I don't think I read one book last year, and I used to love a good book. You know, when you open it up, you don't want to put it down, and every minute that you have, you just want to open it up and read a book. I haven't done that in such a long time. I kind of started a couple of books last year and couldn't get into them. And you know, something Lux and Roses had said to me recently, Lux and Roses from Instagram, you know, if I don't enjoy a book, I am not going to make myself read it. And that's kind of something that I used to have. It was like, oh, you know, that, oh, no, I don't have to read that book if I'm not enjoying it. And last year I kind of went, I really did do that. I thought, no, I'm not reading that book. But I just didn't give myself any time to read books. You know, I got into the YouTube thing, and when I did have spare time, I would sit and watch videos and try and catch up on people that I follow, you know, that sort of thing. So now I really want to put time aside for reading good books and, you know, getting into that. You know, when you're so engrossed in a good book, and you know, somebody that's really good at that is B. Rachel. She, oh, I'm almost envious of the way she reads books, honestly. Anyway, and the other thing is audiobooks. I've kind of never got it, but I'm thinking an audiobook would be really good for me whilst I'm doing housework, because it's, you know, it's going on in your ears. You don't have to stop and look and waste time watching the TV or whatever. So it's going on there, going about your cleaning and that sort of thing. So that's another thing I want to look into, audiobooks. So that's goal number 2. Goal number 3 is, and I've already started doing this, and it's kind of moving away from people, places and situations that don't bring me happiness, that make me feel, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I talking to you? Why am I wasting my time? You know, letting go of things, all of that. And I'd already started that last year, which was with the gym. You know, I decided, no, this is really not bringing me any happiness anymore. And as hard as it was for me, and trust me, that was a big decision for me, I let it go. And I'd already done that with people in my life, you know, where I don't want to be around them because they're negative people. I've done that. I started doing that, and it makes a big, big difference. I don't need that in my life. I don't need you to bring that negativity to me. I don't need it. So go. So I've already started doing that, but I'm going to do a lot more of that. So it's almost a cleansing, a cleaning out, an organisation of people, places and situations. So that's number 3. Number 4 is my biggest goal for this year, and probably the hardest, and one that I've put off and made up excuses why I couldn't do, and that's organising business in Cyprus, organising the house in Cyprus, organising the lands that I have in Cyprus, because they're all sitting there, everything is sitting there at the moment, doing absolutely nothing, costing me money and giving me nothing back at the moment, which is a total and utter waste. So I need to get my finger out, and I need to decide what I'm going to do with the house. So basically get it ready and get it rented. So I have to decide if I'm going to rent it as a house, as rooms, rent the land that's behind it. You know, I have to, but there's a lot of issues that I need to be strong and sort out with the house and just get on with it. At the moment there is somebody living in the house rent free, so I need to sort that situation out. I've got lands that are sitting there that need to get organised. They're sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So is it worth me keeping them? Do I sell them? So this is my biggest goal for 2020, and I've put it off for long enough. My 5th and final goal is simply to enjoy 2020. Just enjoy that I'm here, my family's healthy, we're all doing okay, and yeah, on that note, cheers, and let me know what your resolutions are for 2020, what your biggest goal is for 2020. Just put it down in the comments. You know, I love to hear what you have to say. So on that note, cheers to 2020, and here's to us ticking off all those goals and resolutions. Catch you next time. Bye.